Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. My name is Kagamin or Vance Miller, and today we're going to be talking about something very different. We're not going to be talking about Thompson tank engine motorized trains, Thompson tank engine wooden trains, or Thompson tank engine die-cast trains. Today we're going to be talking about the Washington Metro Area Transit Authority trains, or WMATA. Today we're going to be talking about the WMATA trains. I have this puzzle right here of the WMATA map. For those of you who are unaware, WMATA is basically the transit authority in the DC metropolitan area. So that's basically Washington, DC, Fairfax County, Virginia, Alexandria County, Virginia, Prince George's County, where I grew up, and Montgomery County. Both of those last two counties being in Maryland. Now, as you guys may or may not know from the channel trailer I made for my other channel, link in the description, me and my friends plan on talking about public transit on that channel. And I was thinking to myself, does this video belong on Kagamin's Wonderland or the Real Life Kagamin? I ended up deciding that this video belongs on Kagamin's Wonderland because even though I'm talking about the WMATA system, something I plan to talk about a lot on the second channel, it makes more sense to put this here because at the end of the day, it's still a toy train. You know, this channel is for toy trains. We're going to talk about toy trains here. I don't want to be one of those YouTubers that makes a whole nother channel just to talk about the same stuff. You know what I mean? It's nice to have variety. That being said, I'm very excited to branch out today with this video that I have for you guys, and I'm very excited to share my love of the Washington Metro system. It's one of my childhood favorite systems. You know, I rode it several times as a kid. I've ridden it a lot this year. I have a lot of special memories with the system, and I have a lot of special memories with this section of the Northeast Corridor in general. And I thought a nice way to tie those memories to the sort of theme of this channel, you know, the toy trains and whatever, is to talk about a WMATA wooden train. And the interesting thing about WMATA is it actually turned 50 years old this year. If I check my notes, it turned 50 years old on March 27th, 1976. See, that's why I need the notes. I was literally looking right at it and I still screwed up. But anyways, yeah, WMATA turned 50 years old on March 27th, 1976. And that is pretty crazy. I mean, it's also pretty impressive considering how much they've done in only 50 years. I mean, that whole network spawned in 50 years, which is pretty amazing. And they actually have a Purple Line network. I have a train right here. It's not a part of the WMATA system, but basically this network, it's sort of going to run on the outside of the WMATA network, like this area right here. There's plans in the future to expand that into a full circle. Who knows how long that's going to take, but that's a tangent for another day. But let's just get to the main point of the video, talking about this WMATA wooden train. Wearing this shirt because I feel like it's only appropriate. I mean, I was really burning up in these last few videos I've been doing during the summer. But yeah, I hope you guys really enjoyed this new type of video that I'm doing. It's really not that different. It's just, the only difference is this train doesn't have a face. But let me know if you guys want to see me talk about real life trains more on this channel, whether it be during my toy reviews or when bringing it up when talking about something Thomas related. Because again, this is a Thomas channel, but I'm fine with branching out and having a bit of variety. So let's take this out and look at that. That is a nice box. So as you can see, 50th anniversary train. There's the WMATA train in there. There's the packaging. There's the back for anyone who wants to read that. Now these are actually limited edition. There's only 1,000 of these made, so I guess I feel pretty special having this one. Packaging's actually already open, but I honestly don't really mind that. I guess it helps in case of collectors like me who want to preserve the packaging for storage purposes. And now that I look at it, there's actually some flaps here, so I can close it up like this. Because yeah, that's pretty good packaging. I'm going to keep that. But yeah, here is the wooden train itself. It's actually of a very good quality because, you know, I grew up on the Thomas Wooden Railway, and I also grew up on Brio and, you know, those other sorts of trains. And normally, well, at least in my experience, you know, the non-Thomas wooden trains weren't really of the same quality. But this is a very good quality. It's got some weight to it. It's got a lot of really nice details. Let me give you guys a closer in-hand look. So there's the 50 on the side. You can see 50 years of Metro. There's the front. And it's interesting because the front seems to be modeled off of the newer trains, ones that are out right now and the ones that are going to be out in the future. When I saw this in real life, I believe it was on the 3000 series or 6000 series. I'm not sure which, but it It was on one of the older models, not the 7000 series trains, but I still think this is very interesting. There's the top with the 50 years of Metro on it, and I gotta say, I just really love it. I mean, I knew that I wanted this from the moment they released it. I've been getting like way more into the WMATA Metro system in recent years, especially recently with the second channel and all that, and I really do want to build up a collection of these and start a wooden railway collection again, but with these WMATA trains and sort of do my own fantasy sort of WMATA layouts, and you'll see some CSX and Mark and M-Track and Northeast Corridor stuff up there as well when I do get around to doing that. But yeah, this is of a surprisingly great quality. I feel bad for saying that because it makes it seem like I was expecting this to be bad, but no, this is a surprisingly great quality wooden train. Look, you see the window gradient. I really like that. The little Metro logo. Love all the lights up there. The little 50 years thing. I don't believe the real train had that, but I mean, they could have easily done that, I'm sure, in real life, because I've seen this little thing read as a bunch of little things. Wow, great sentence there, fans. I've seen this little thing read a bunch of different messages. Like, I've seen it say special before, so I'm sure they could make it say 50 years of Metro or something like that. But I really don't have much to say apart from the fact that I love the brown. The brown's is a callback to the very first early Metro liveries, where they had the brown stripe, red, white, and blue at the front right here. But yeah, they had the brown stripe. It was a silver thing. I really love the brown on Metro, to be honest. It's a staple of the design. I'm really glad that they're bringing it back on the new train cars that they have coming out. The 8000 series of train cars. I'm just referencing my notes. I'm not a LARPer, guys. It's just that I stumble over my words a lot and it's hot. You guys should know by now based on my summer uploads. But yeah, this has got a surprising amount of weight to it. The bogies are really good. There's no name on the bottom. As a Thomas Wooden Railway person, I'm so used to seeing names right here, but I guess it doesn't really need one since it's pretty obvious what this is meant to be. But yeah, the bogies are of a really high quality, good range of motion. Like, I'm sure this will go up hills just fine, do curves just fine as well. Like, it's got a really good range of motion on the wheels. And it's just a very high quality product. Like, I was very excited to get this, and just having it in my hands makes me feel happy, because, you know, it's nice to collect high quality wooden trains again, because I had phases as a kid where the Thomas Wooden Railway line was my favorite, but I always gravitated more towards Trackmaster, actually. And then when I met this friend online, I started to gravitate more towards the Take and Play range, because he was doing his videos in the Take and Play range. And I've been gravitated towards the diecast range ever since. It's just really nice to have a high quality wooden train again. It just makes me even more upset the state that the Thomas Wooden Railway line had to go out on, because the Thomas Wooden Railway toys were really good for the longest time until 2017 when Mattel changed everything. And then they brought it back in 2022 and it was really good, but then they killed it again. So I'm really glad that Whittle Short Line and all those other American wooden railway producers, and of course whoever produces these WMATA trains, are still releasing high quality wooden railway products. I'm not really sure how many people like own these, because it seems like a pretty niche thing. I mean, I guess you could be a rail fan of any railway anywhere, but I would assume that most of the people getting these are people that live in any of the 5 regions that WMATA operates in. So, you know, there's that. But I really do hope the WMATA Wooden Railway line is doing well, because these are some, based on this toy alone, it seems like a really nice toy line. And quite frankly, I would invest in a WMATA like toy train set if they made one, like of any of the stations. Like, I could imagine, they would probably never do this, but I could imagine a really cool like Union Station like WMATA Wooden Railway thing, or a really cool Metro Center WMATA thing. Or no bias, really cool New Carrollton in Wooden Railway form. I really want to make New Carrollton because that was my childhood favorite station. Jordan and Sylvie know all about that. But yeah, there's not really much else I can say about this train apart from the fact that I just really love the livery. I love the real life trains livery. Somewhere on screen, I'll keep flashing it. And I just love the WMATA system in general. One thing I really want to do when I get more of these trains is I want to make customs. Like, I want to make customs of the original trains, like the 1000 series through 6000 series. They had many variations between them, but like the general look of silver, red, white, and blue at the front, brown stripe. I want to do that. I want to collect all the different like wraps they have. Like I have the 50th one. I want to get the Pride one and the Cherry Blossom one. I believe there's a 4th of July Veterans one. And I'll make the ones that they didn't make. Like I'll make the recent 4th of July Veterans one thing they did, and I'll make the variations of the Pride one that they did. I think that'll be a really fun slow burn project. Before I forget, I would also love to make the money train. Like they have like the train that goes around and collects money and coins and whatever from the machines that where you pay for adding money onto your Metro card or whatever and other machines. I would love to make a custom of that as well. Sorry, I get sidetracked. I just love Metro so much. This is a really nice wooden train, and I'm sure you Thomas fans and possibly other ones will want to see a comparison between this and a Thomas wooden thing. So just give me a second. Where is my wooden Thomas? It is. I got a lot of wooden stuff in my box. Hold on, guys. Yeah, okay. Here we go. So, just for you guys at home, here is a comparison between this wooden train and 2 other wooden trains I have near me. Here's it next to the 2022 wooden Thomas, and here's it next to this F40 that I've had since childhood. And yeah, you can get sort of a gist of the scale here. Here's the length between the Thomas and the WMATA train. As you can see, this is about the length of like, maybe it's a little longer than the Gordon, like a classic Gordon. This is a little longer than that. I think it's about the same length, maybe a little shorter than the, yeah, same length or a little shorter than the 2022 version of Gordon. But yeah, here's this train next to the F40. F40 is pretty long, which is interesting because the F40s, I never really perceived the F40s as long. I mean, this kind of looks long for an F40 in my opinion. I feel like an F40 could be a little more squat, and then like just slightly more squat, ever so slightly, and then the SDP 40F or whatever it was called, and the Pooches, you know, those guys could be the long ones, but the F40, I imagine that being a bit shorter, but that's just me. But yeah, F40, there's Thomas, and there's the 50th anniversary WMATA train. And for those of you at home, here's it next to the Flying Scotsman, my childhood Flying Scotsman. I actually have 2 Flying Scotsmans from childhood. It's probably a good time to flex that. I've never shown them on video, but yeah, I got 2 Flying Scotsmans because my brother used to be really into Thomas as well, and he got one because, you know, we both would get duplicates so that we, you know, wouldn't fight over them. But yeah, there's the Flying Scotsman next to the 50th anniversary WMATA train, and there's it next to Thomas, and there's it next to the F40. Now that is a lineup that you never thought you would see, but you're seeing it now. But yeah, guys, that just about does it for the review. I really love this train, and I really love this box. I didn't know if it was going to come with the box or not, but the box is great. I'm excited to collect more of these boxes. I went on a whole spiel about boxes in my Wooden Railway 2022 video. You guys can find that in the description as well. This is a great quality wooden train, amazing bogies, like the rotation here, it's durable, it doesn't feel cheap at all, great rotation. I gotta look into what company actually made this train, but yeah, it's got a nice glossy finish like the old Wooden Railway trains used to have for Thomas and Friends and, you know, whatever else. It actually does not have that new wooden train smell. It actually smells like nothing. Although, in all fairness, I'm pretty much nose blind. I've been nose blind for a while. I'm not completely nose blind, but like my sense of smell isn't that great. So maybe it does have new wooden train smell, and I just can't tell anymore. But I do remember new wooden train smell from childhood. But yeah, brown is just a really nice color on a train. You don't really see brown on trains too often, at least here in the United States. Like off the top of my head, I know the Cascades have brown a part of their trains, like it's brown, green, and white. I never really seen a Cascades train until yesterday at the time of recording this, because they had one up here, a Charger locomotive painted in Cascades colors. I believe they were doing testing on the Northeast Corridor or something. Yeah, that train was up here. Me and my buddy, my best friend in the whole wide world, Jordan, he saw the Charger locomotive in Cascades colors. That's actually a locomotive that Jordan recognized. You know, Jordan's not like a foamer like I am, but you know, he's got a great interest in trains and railways and railway history as well. So, you know, if he's recognizing it, then it's a pretty iconic color. So I think brown is just the move when it comes to WMATA. I'm really glad they're bringing the brown back for the 8000 series. From what I can tell, from what I've seen of the 8000 series when I went to WMATA's exhibit in 2024 and what I saw of pictures online of the exhibit they had this year. The 8000 series looks really good. I'm not too crazy about the seats. I feel like the seats on like the 1000 through 6000 series were a lot more comfortable. I kind of wish they would bring those seats back. I mean, you could keep the same aesthetic, just change the seats to, like, the seats could look like your modern aesthetic that you want. Just make them comfortable like the old seats, The older seats were just more comfortable. So if you must change, why not just keep the comfortableness of the older seats and just modify the look to look like your modern aesthetic? But that's just me. But besides that, I think the 8000 series looks promising. Like I may or may not have said earlier in the video, I don't really remember. It's hot. Like I may or may not have said earlier in the video, I would love to collect more of the wraps for these, the Pride wrap, the Veterans wrap, the 4th of July wrap, the Cherry Blossom wrap, whatever they're called. I would love to collect more of these. I'd love to make customs of a few. I would love to make customs of the original WMATA trains, like the ones that had the 1000 through 6000 series type, that had the red, white, and blue here, the brown stripe, and the silver everywhere else. The style of these is very simple, very 2003 era Thomas Wooden Railway, very Imaginarium, Brio sort of esque. Like, it's not too much detail, so I could definitely make a custom of this and maintain the style. Thanks to Mod Podge, I can get this glossy, smooth look too. I'm just yabbering on at this point. I really love WMATA. I had a really great time. I have really great memories of WMATA with my family and train spotting in general, and more recently spending time with my best friend in the whole wide world, Jordan, and checking out these WMATA trains in person, in real life together. I'm so happy I got to see and ride on this train in real life, and now I have it in my hands. It makes me happy, and I will get a collection of these. I want to collect Wooden Railway again. I used to have Wooden Track as a kid, but I don't anymore, so I'm going to start my Wooden Railway collection again. I'm mostly going to be modeling, it's toys. I'm mostly going to be modeling like stuff in my region, like the Northeast Corridor stuff near the DC metropolitan area. I really want to make Mark train customs. I could definitely make customs of the diesels that Mark uses and the bi-levels. It would be very interesting to make a HHP8 custom. I think that would be interesting, like a Wooden Railway HHP8. That would be a fun challenge. I also want to make, or get, what's it called? The M-Track Acela and the M-Track, the Siemens City Sprinter locomotives. Same family as the Charger. I would love to either make or get one of those. They're kind of pricey, but it's like, I mean, all this stuff is kind of pricey. Everything's kind of pricey. It's America. But, I'd like to either make a custom of one of those or get one of those for layout purposes. Because it's fun to collect toy trains. It's fun to make your own imaginary layouts. And you've already seen how much fun I have making videos with them. I got a couple videos lined up that are going to take a while because they're very complicated videos, but I have a lot of fun doing them. But it's also fun to just play with the toy trains even outside of a video sense, because, toy trains are just so iconic. And look, I keep noticing new details. I got the little handicap sticker on it, and it's got 1976, like I said, I believe. There's it's got the little ports right there. It's just such a great little toy train. I love this so much. I'm going to cherish this. I don't want to scratch it up, but I'll definitely be taking this and my other WMATA wooden trains when I get them on metro trips whenever I do them. Especially if I go to their corresponding lines. That would be great. Like my wooden red line train next to the real red line train. I don't know where I would take that picture at. I'll probably take that picture at like Silver Spring or Tacoma, or Red Line has a lot of great, beautiful stations, but I'm getting sidetracked. But yeah, track. I should not have a YouTube channel, I'm sorry. But yeah, guys, I think that's going to do it for today's video. Overall, if you are someone in this DC metropolitan area and you love WMATA, and you love Thomas Wooden Railway or toy trains in general, or maybe you don't and you just, like WMATA and want collectibles, get this train. I highly recommend it. It's a great quality. It's surprisingly great quality. Like, oh my God. Get that train. The box is great. I highly recommend this. And quite frankly, even if you're not in this area and you just like wooden trains in general or whatever, you like having a collection, or you're a tourist who came here and you saw the Washington metro system, I'd say still get this as well. I mean, it's a cool little unit, and I'm very excited to get more. I'm so excited to get more of these. My dream is to have like my own wooden little layout that has Metro, Amtrak, and Mark kind of reaching a little bit, but I would want purple line too, but that's kind of reaching, you know. For now, let's just shoot for Metro, Amtrak, and Mark. That would be really great. I would love that. I would love that. I'd probably model Virginia Railway Express too down the line, but I don't really know much about Virginia Railway Express at the recording of this video. I really want to research more and potentially ride on it as well, because, you know, that's what me and Jordan are all about. We love actually experiencing these things. He's a history guy, so he really gets with the history of trains and whatever. That's a big part of the appeal for him, as well as the comfort, of course. Me, of course, it's the aesthetics, the comfort, the history, the sounds of the trains, you know, the whole shebang. But it's just such a high quality train. Like, look at it. It's of such a great quality. I can't get mad at this. Like, I'm so excited to get more of these. Like, we're gonna have some crazy WMATA wouldn't really layout videos on here. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what your local transit network looks like. Let me know what you think of the WMATA transit network, if you ever experienced it or if you heard about it. And yeah, let's start a conversation in the comments down below. I got some new Thomas the Tank Engine videos in the works for you guys. Next big videos, at least, are quite... I've taken quite a leap. You know, they're a bit more ambitious than what I usually do. But, you know, I like to always push the envelope, so those videos might take a while, but I can definitely guarantee that they'll be out before the summer is over for me, before the next college semester starts. Love you guys so much. Please take care, and yeah, be safe. Thank you so much for all your support, and thank you so much for helping me get this far with the channel. I love you guys so much.